Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. The tigers in Bentong must be rejoicing if you were to ask a certain forestry department official, because logging is taking place in the area. A permit has confirmed that logging activities are indeed taking place in the Bentong forest. This contradicts the Pahang government's denial of the existence of such activities. When Malaysiakini visited the site located near the Kuala Raka Forest Reserve together with Bentong MP Wong Tak, a notice board stated that the developer is clearing the area to build an affordable housing project. Wong was alerted about the matter by a hiker who was shocked to discover a road to transport the timber in the forest. The road stretches for 4.6 kilometers and cuts through Raka Hill from the west to east. It connects to the Central Spine Road. Heading west along this road, Malaysiakini and Wong's team discovered a logging site behind Taman Syahbandar Height. Although a statewide logging moratorium was issued at the beginning of this month, Taman Syahbandar Height residents complained of hearing trees being felled. During Malaysiakini's visit on January 21st, workers were spotted driving an excavator to clear the forest, and logs were being ferried by trucks. A pile of logs were also seen stacked not far from the logging site. After being informed of the DAP MP's presence, 4 men arrived at the site. They claimed to be representatives of the contractor. One of them told Wong that all procedures stipulated by the Forestry Department were adhered to and that the state government would build Prima 1 houses in the area. Notice boards at the site confirmed these claims. Inside the forest, there were 2 permits issued by the Bentong Forestry Department for the makeshift road. Meanwhile, 3 notice boards were erected near Taman Syahbandar Height stating that the site is being cleared for the Prima 1 housing project. The housing project covers the size of 44 football fields. However, the permit disappeared 3 days later. This was a day after Pahang Menteri Besar, Rosdy Ismail, refuted that logging activities were carried out in the Bentong forest. He also urged 2 opposition assemblypersons who raised the issue to provide proof. Malaysiakini has contacted the Menteri Besar for his comments. Reporting by Lo Chun Chuan for Malaysiakini. In quantum mechanics, an object can exist in multiple states at once. In Pakatan Harapan, they can be united and divided at once too, except quantum mechanics is a lot less confusing. Pakatan Harapan's leadership have pledged to work together during the Johor elections, despite the coalition deciding to use 2 different logos. PKR Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said Harapan remains united in common policy positions. He said people forget that the current PKR, DAP and Amanah leaders have a history of working together since 1999 in various forms: Barisan Alternative, Pakatan Rakyat and now Harapan. He added that although the names are different, the leadership of PKR, DAP and Amanah, who are together now, are the same people who have weathered all sorts of challenges together. Saifuddin said because of this, Harapan will continue to be compact and the use of different logos will not hamper political cooperation. On January 26th, the Harapan Presidential Council resolved that PKR candidates for the Johor elections will use PKR's logo on the ballot slips, while DAP and Amanah candidates will use the Harapan logo. According to PKR Organising Secretary Nik Ahmad, his party was of the view that the Harapan logo carried baggage of its lackluster 2-year stint in government led by Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Despite veiled criticism from DAP and Amanah after Harapan's leadership made the decision, Saifuddin Nasution stressed that the outcome was through consensus. Dozens of activists gathered in front of the Brickfields Police Headquarters today to show their support for those being questioned over their involvement in the Tangkap Azam Baki rally. Dozens of people who took part in last week's Tangkap Azam Baki rally in Kuala Lumpur were ordered to appear at the Brickfields Police Headquarters for questioning today. According to an organizer of the Tangkap Azam Baki rally, 80 individuals have been summoned so far for participating in the Saturday protest. However, they weren't alone. A group of activists gathered in front of the police headquarters in solidarity with those being questioned.
Duduk di depan ni sebagai bersolidariti ke macam mana?
Bersolidariti.
Okey.
Mestilah saya bersolidariti sebab mereka yang masuk untuk di soal siasat, mereka tak buat salah apa-apa. Malah mereka hanya menjalankan tugas mereka sebagai warga Malaysia, bertanya kenapa Azam Baki ini sampai sekarang dengan banyak allegation corruption yang ada, kenapa sampai sekarang Assemblypersons ini tidak dipanggil untuk soal siasat?
Macam mana?
Saya rasa solidariti hari ini dianjurkan oleh beberapa parti dan juga NGO-NGO lain. Ramai yang turun hari ini kerana this kind of thing shouldn't happen. Polis telah memanggil setakat ini hampir 80 orang, mahasiswa, aktivis, orang ramai, ahli politik, semua untuk soal siasat untuk rally tangkap Assemblypersons.
What do you think about this kena panggil ramai-ramai bagi
I think
statement?
it's purely intimidation to scare the public into not attending protests and rallies in the future.
The solidarity gathering started about 3 p.m. when between 30 to 50 people assembled to show their support for those being investigated. Among those called were several people's representatives, including Teresa Kok.
Tadi berapa lama? 1 jam lebih.
1 jam lah. YB seorang 1 jam lebih lah.
Yalah.
Okay.
Yang lain saya tak tahu berapa lama mereka akan ambil.
Okay. Dia siasat under apa ni? What section?
Dia kata perhimpunan haram lah.
The Peaceful Assembly Act.
Okay.
What was the focus of the questioning usually? What was the line of questioning?
Basically, it's whether you were there. And there were 2 charges. One, he was never there.
Okay.
Second one, we also said we won't answer lah. Saya cerita sini, cerita kat mahkamah.
On January 22nd, hundreds of protesters took to the streets in Kuala Lumpur to urge the government to take action against Assemblypersons. The MACC chief has been implicated in allegations of wrongdoing, including a scandal involving over 2 million units of shares which he owned in 2015. A cooperation between UMNO and PAS looks more and more unlikely after Hari Awang told reporters today that he was disappointed with certain UMNO leaders. PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang said the party will not beg for scraps in the Johor election.
Tan Sri cakap begini, maksudnya Tan Sri dah kecewa dengan UMNO yang sering buat
bukan semua UMNO, sebahagian UMNO yang kluster-kluster yang saya sebutkan tadi. Ini yang memainkan politik yang tak sihat lah. Kalau nak buat lepas pada Johor, mana pula Perak? Perak nak buat mana pula? Lepas satu. Tak keletih rakyat dan suara yang berlaku ni.
He said this is why PAS cannot accept BN's condition for the Islamist party to only field 4 candidates if it is to enter into an electoral pact. Hadi told reporters in Marang that in Melaka, BN offered 2 seats and in Johor, they were offered 4 seats. He said PAS is not seeking arms because the party is strong. Johor PAS has revealed that it was keen to initiate pact talks. However, Johor UMNO appears lukewarm on the idea. According to Hadi, there are no official negotiations between PAS and UMNO at the moment. Hadi was commenting on a video clip depicting Johor UMNO Chief Hasni Muhammad telling a meeting of UMNO members that he was only willing to offer PAS the rights to field 4 candidates at most. The video clip also depicted Hasni stating that PAS has rejected the offer because Bersatu was offering 15. Now we have a message brought to you by McDonald's Malaysia. When we're back, find out how smoking could be a thing of the past. Skip the queue and your waiting time by ordering and paying for your meal via the McDonald's mobile app. The new order and collect feature was created to be a time-saving tool, enabling customers to order and pay for their favorite McDonald's meals easily with just one tap of a button.
This new app feature enables customers to skip the ordering queue. You'll experience that a lot when you walk into the restaurant as well, because your order is already ready. You don't really have to use the self-order kiosk. And it ultimately offers you a more stress-free experience, inshallah.
With the new feature, customers can now opt to collect orders at their selected McDonald's restaurants through these 4 available channels, which include takeaway, dine-in, drive-thru, or even drive-in.
The introduction of the order and collect feature is more relevant, necessary than ever, because it gives customers flexibility to order their McDonald's meals and manage their time more efficiently. Time is really one of the most precious commodity today, as we know it, right? Also helps to improve our restaurant operations. So that's very important, because when our restaurant operations improve, the whole processing of your orders is faster and smoother, especially at a time when the pandemic calls for better staff and operations efficiency. I'm proud to say that this app actually helps our crew members to be able to better manage traffic flow.
Customers can enjoy a free reward every week from now till 6 March. All they have to do is spend 25 ringgit on their order and collect through Visa. Anyone who reaches a certain age can purchase cigarettes, but soon that may not be the case as the government plans to generationally ban smoking. Anyone born after 2005 may be prohibited to buy cigarettes and tobacco products in the future as the government plans to ban smoking for the next generation. According to health news portal Code Blue, this would mean anyone who are aged 17 today will not be able to purchase such products legally when they reach the legal age of smoking next year. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin was quoted as saying that the government hopes to pass a legislation this year, which will bring about a generation endgame to smoking by making it illegal to anyone born after 2005. He reportedly said this at the 150th session at the World Health Organization's Executive Board meeting in Geneva. The report noted that there are more than 27 smoking-related deaths reported in Malaysia each year. For comparison, there were 31,000 confirmed COVID-19 deaths last year, making it likely to become the leading cause of death in 2021. Meanwhile, according to Code Blue, Khairi had previously said he will table a new Tobacco and Smoking Control Act in the forthcoming Parliament meeting. The generational smoking ban would be similar to New Zealand's plan to raise the legal smoking age by 1 year every year, beginning 2027. A DAP leader has warned that Azam Baki must go, or soon Malaysia would be scoring worse than China and Indonesia. MACC chief Azam Baki has been urged to step down to make way for a replacement that can improve Malaysia's ranking in the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. Veteran lawmaker Lim Kit Siang said failure would likely result in China and Indonesia overtaking Malaysia in several years. In a statement today, Lim said the latest index had scored Malaysia worse than when the index was first started in 1995. He said this puts the country alongside Argentina, Turkey, Mexico and Venezuela. Lim also pointed out that countries which had been down on the list in the first series in 1995, like China, Thailand, India and Indonesia, were fast catching up to Malaysia's level, which had regressed. Lim projected that at Malaysia's current trajectory, China and Indonesia would overtake Malaysia by 2025. The MACC's reputation have taken a hit recently after Azam was found to have held more than 2 million warrants in a publicly listed company in 2016. This might be a violation of civil service rules that bar government staff from owning more than 100,000 in equity in any company. Azam's reputation was further eroded after the Securities Commission debunked his claim that the warrants were transacted by his brother. We may not know where Jolo is, but the court received a statement of defense via his lawyers stating that he has no control over 1MDB. Fugitive businessperson Jolo has claimed that he has no legal standing to control 1MDB and its 4 subsidiaries. The wanted individual made this assertion in a statement of defense. The court document is a response against a civil action by 1MDB and the 4 subsidiaries over alleged manipulation by third parties that led to the misappropriation of billions of ringgit. His lawyers from law firm Valen O and Partners filed the statement of defense at the Kuala Lumpur High Court 2 days ago. Jolo was among many individuals and entities who were targeted by 22 civil actions by 1MDB and its former subsidiary SRC International. The various civil suits targeted those who purportedly defrauded the 2 government-owned entities, whether knowingly or unknowingly. One of these lawsuits, namely by 1MDB and its 4 subsidiaries, targeted Jolo and 5 other defendants, his father, mother, sister, younger brother and his alleged associate, Eric Tan. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to Malaysiakini.com. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.